So I was saying, usually it
Good
takes 5
morning.
hours. Good morning. It's all right. No one's here. It's a different day. Everyone's used to us being on Tuesday. So
They're not expecting you.
Claire, Claire had a schedule change. So you know what? We have to bow down to Claire. It's her schedule.
Okay. Usually you do, I mean, so far for the past, couple of months that I've been around, you've done one by yourself and then one
Yeah.
with me. And this week, it's going to be doubling down.
Doubling down. Doubling
Yeah.
up. Isn't it doubling up? It's
I
for sure
mean,
doubling up, right?
I think either one works just fine.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so usually it's like 5 hours from like 8 o'clock when Bennett goes down, to like one or two. But yesterday I had to work throughout the day because I was so far behind. So it's all right. All is done. All the athletes are happy. Everything's good to go.
Okay, wait. So how late did you wind up having to go with it last night?
One was a solid one. I was in bed by 1, and then I was like, I really just need to feel a little more healthy. So I got up early, and I saunaed this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Oh, love that for you. Do you have a sauna or did you
Mhm.
go to a sauna?
YMCA.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
They have these studios here now called Perspire. Have you heard of them? I don't know if they're in Florida, but they're in a bunch of states.
Yeah.
They're actually like not unreasonable in price and they're so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy really thought of doing like a contrast place, right?
Sure.
That just had like 2 saunas and then like a few tubs. Um, and I think it would have done okay if we could have got the right location. And we talked to some potential investors and they were like, this is a bad idea. And I was like, I don't think it's a bad idea. I was like,
No.
I think they're okay. Um, they are like pricey to start, because there are
Yeah.
some like, because like it's all about like an
Well, the
experience.
equipment. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the equipment isn't even that. It's like the build out and like nice flooring and like, like the ambiance, like all of that stuff. Like the equipment's like 20 grand, right? Like saunas and
I guess
cold tubs aren't
it
that
depends on
crazy.
how many of them you
Right,
want to
right,
do.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yes, I'm anticipating there being like a lot. I will say this is funny. It reminds me, I don't think of it much now because I've been living in Austin for 3.5 years or whatever now. And so I remember when I moved here from Oklahoma, I used to joke and say that like in Oklahoma, you could throw a rock in any given direction and you would hit a church. And in
Mhm.
Austin, Texas, you can throw a rock in any given direction and you're going to hit a sauna and a cold plunge.
That's
Like it
funny.
is just like
That's what I
the
need.
wellness world here is thriving.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still trying to get a cold plunge at the house. I cold plunged every day at 5 a.m. for like a year at my
Yeah.
buddy's house, like 10 minutes away. And then he moved and he hasn't rehooked it up. And I'm like, "Oh, I really want one." I loved it.
They're great.
It was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good morning, everyone. Judy, good morning. Let's see. Does this mean that Jody coached 5 a.m.? Did you coach 5 a.m.? Is that what that is?
No, me? No.
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm sorry, Jody.
I don't know.
Either way, good morning, everyone. I was just curious. So, you're now a level 3.
I am a level 3. Woohoo.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's all right. It was such an interesting test. I signed an NDA. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk out of it, but I mean, I don't really care.
Oh, really? Yeah, tell me
Yeah,
about this because
you have to sign an NDA when you start.
okay.
Um,
Do you remember
and
what that said? Like you cannot speak about the material
I
on the
don't know.
screen?
No, I was
You just
gonna
signed it
read
and didn't
over it.
even read it.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
I wasn't gonna read it. I mean, I think it's like talking about exactly what the test is, but it's very much a CrossFit test, right? Like it is. Here's all of these questions and
I really don't wanna get
situations.
you in trouble for the record, so you do okay, alright,
Fine.
cool. Yeah, choose your
It's
journey.
all of these questions. It's 160. It's all of these questions, situational stuff from, like workouts and programming and technique and cueing and correcting, and then like business situational, like gym stuff. And it's just like, how would CrossFit answer this question?
Mhm.
Like it's not so much. And like, that was what I started to realize. And I realized that during CrossFit sends out this like weekly the coaching quiz. Do you get that?
I don't think so.
It-
Well, I don't
It's like
know.
it's like a 3-question quiz
It's
that
an email?
yeah, it's a separate email and it's like
I
the
think
coach
so.
of the week or coaching. Shut up, Sean. Um, uh, it's like the coach's questions of the week, and I got like a really basic question wrong the other day, and I was like, I don't think that's wrong. And then I was like, well, I mean, I guess in CrossFit eyes and their teachings and their
Uh-huh.
viewpoint, right? And so if you remember the L1, right, like no matter what, right, the whole goal is to like always find something wrong with someone, right? Like and teach whatever, like there's always something to get better at. And
Mhm.
I personally like really struggle with that mindset because I think it creates a lot of um like barriers to like progressing in fitness sometimes, and so that's just like my personal thing, but that's like their thing, and so that sort of coaching style and that mindset you have to go into the test with and like put yourself in like a flow masters or a seminar staff's brain and like try to answer the questions like that. So it
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, so you just have to put that hat on and
Right.
always find something wrong. Like, that sounds so negative, like finding faults, finding opportunities for someone to optimize the way they're moving so that they can get more work done or whatever, right? And
Thanks.
I get what you're saying as far as like, uh, suboptimal positions aren't always bad and stuff like that, you know?
Right.
But,
This is
yeah.
interesting. I actually don't know anyone that's taken it that hasn't passed, but I also haven't like dug around either. Probably not something that's like a lot of like public information.
I know, I know people. I'm pretty sure. Well, I know someone who did not pass their level 4 the first time. I'm trying to
Mhm.
think the level 3.
Well, because
I
you
know
don't
that
know, like you don't know the passing requirements. You only know that there's 160 questions, 20 don't count, and you have no idea what the requirements are to pass.
as far as the nutrition, and this is where I am such an annoying squeaky wheel about this, like, just the let's go back to the
Hi,
base.
buddy.
I'm curious because it is the base of like the foundation of the whole thing. How was there very I've heard there's not very much. Good morning.
Hi, Bubba.
I can't.
Hey, yo.
I think it was last Tuesday. Wasn't it last Tuesday that you spent half the show just trying to wrangle him?
Yeah, yeah. Good morning. Yep.
um, but how was there very many questions in regards to nutrition at all?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's what I've been told.
Um, yeah. No. No. And it was interesting. And also if you go through the L1, like there is a section right in the L1, but
Mhm.
that section is like really just teaching you zone. It doesn't really go into a lot of the other stuff. Um,
Yeah,
like just 40, 30, 30, right?
the
Is like
bulk
the
of it is
main thing.
definitely spent on that. Yeah.
And um yeah, no. I mean way even yeah, yeah, just not a lot.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've
Um
heard. That's what I figured. And
I
like
don't
you
think
said,
it
given that the
would.
level 1
The
focuses.
so
Go
this is
ahead.
the one thing that I have. There wasn't a crazy amount of just like pure didactic information, which was probably really good for me because like I am not like a level 1 questioning like question answerer. Like when I take standardized testing, so you have levels, right? You have like 1, which is like definitional, 2, which is like applied definition, 3, which is like inferring, and then 4, which is like comprehensive like theory and stuff like that. Like in some capacity, right? That's probably exceptionally butchered, but you usually have 4 styles of questions and levels.
Mhm.
And and I know this because my boards, like PT boards, are extremely in depth with like how they break down every question, all the feedback you get, all the practice tests, and there's literally people that make their whole life like prepping people for this test. It's
Mhm.
very similar to like the bar, or like your LSAT. And so like level 3 and 4 questions, fantastic, always good. Even if I don't have a great concept of the topic at hand, level 1 and 2, terrible, terrible. Like I almost failed my orthopedics class in PT school. My
Mhm.
orthopedics class, the
Mhm.
guy who fitnesses, the only one that in my class that wasn't overweight. Like I
Yeah.
almost failed our first test because it was just like, like where does this attach? Like what is this exact action? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, but I'll show you
Give
how
me
to
more
train. I'll show
context.
you how to train it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And like, and so, it was it was there. And so coming back to um like Sean's thing, I think it would for people that didn't study, right? Because nutrition is, if you are going to test it, it's very like black and white, because that's the only way to test nutritional knowledge. Like you can't create a lot of gray areas within it, because there's a lot of it's all situational, right? So if you were going to test nutrition specifically, it would be like a lot of definitional stuff
Well, and
and
if we
like
come back to like
basics.
if it's coming straight from the level one, from the literature that we do have, then I understand too. Then like it would have to be, and that's where I guess like I would be kind of like you as far as, you know, you don't think through that lens.
Oh
And
yeah,
so you
yeah,
had
yeah,
to like revert back to and think through that lens. And I totally understand that. And that would be like the case for me if it
oh yeah,
was a lot of questions on that. Like, okay, I'm going to answer, you know, it's
right.
anyway for, yeah, I can think
Yeah,
of.
I always say it was like I was very happy to take my boards for PT when I took them, because had I took them like a year later with the knowledge that I had, I would have
Right.
failed miserably,
Right.
because I like vehemently like hate
Disagreed. Yeah.
and disagree with everything that it says now. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah.
Give us a what's one thing that you were taught there that you vehemently disagree with?
Oh my God. Um, fucking everything. How to treat. Oh, I mean, just the basics of physical therapy, which is like diagnostic measures, like which is like the bulk of our schooling,
Mhm,
right? Which is like, you know, being able to diagnose someone objectively sitting in front of you with like a musculoskeletal pathology is like, I mean, the research just shows that we're terrible at it. It's not a thing. Like we just can't
mhm,
do it at all.
mhm.
So, I mean, and that's the bulk of school, right? So it's
I don't know, I didn't do that.
frustrating. Um, you didn't go to PT school?
I
Don't
did
worry,
not go to
you
PT
did
school.
you didn't miss anything.
I don't feel as though I did. I feel as though the years that we've gotten to spend in gyms actually working with humans in our own bodies has given us really solid practical application for how to lead healthy lives. Caleb says he's gearing for his level 3 as well. Good luck.
Nice,
I can relate to that. I
cool.
definitely, it's funny, the
Did you
owner of
schedule
my
yours
gym,
yet?
no, but Connor, he was like, "Do it right now. Do not leave until you have booked it." And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to send you the receipt." So you know what? I'll put it on my to-do today.
Nice.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely I wanted to get feedback from you as far as what you thought about how challenging it was. You know that
Mhm.
I've like done some studying for it. And so I was like, if you failed or if it was really hard, and I was like, am I ready? But
No,
you should
yeah.
just
I
do it.
mean, again, it's weird. So I went in thinking, I was like, man, I have no idea like what the pass requirements are, because you know, like everyone like took their schooling right when you were going through grade school or college. You're like, all right, I have to get like you could do percentages and do a little math. I got to get exactly
Yeah, I
an
can
80.
promise you I never thought about any of that, but sure, yeah. Yeah.
What? Oh, well, I would always know, like, okay, what's the worst grade I can get to still get the grade I want to get in class for like my final or whatever it was. And so you do that when you take your board. You're like, all right, I can miss this many questions and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Anyways,
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe
That's
I'm
a
just,
that's another going to school where I went to school, they had a lot bigger problems going on. And so as far as high school goes, and so they did force me to my senior year, they forced me to take some college classes as a way to like deal with me because I wouldn't show up, but I wasn't causing issues.
mhm.
And they had
You
anyway.
truant?
My junior and senior year more than I attended. Yes. Yeah, more days than I attended, but I did.
You missed more days than you attended school?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it
Holy
is crazy.
shit.
Yeah. They just like there was, I mean, the dropout rate was like right around 50%. Like it was bad. And so there was just a lot more going on. And so they were like, hey, if you'll at least show up to these classes, then whatever, we'll
That's wild.
deal with you. Yeah, it is very wild. It just speaks to the yet again, the system. So, but I don't know. I always kept grades fine enough, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh, I like digging into the past. Hmm.
it's yeah.
Maybe not on our live call. We'll dig in a little more later.
um okay, so about the level 3, is there any, as far as what was your favorite stuff from it? Was there anything that it like drew you back to that you appreciated taking time to think about, or I don't know, any meaningful takeaways from the experience?
Um, Yeah, it's nice to go back to like CrossFit's core um teachings of movement, right? Like from core to extremity
Mhm.
to posterior chain act. Like it's just like cool to see their mindset because it's like when you look at movement, at least in my opinion, it's so subjective and much more nuanced than people think, and people fearmonger the shit out of everyone to move a certain way.
Mhm.
And CrossFit does too. I'm not gonna lie. Like they certainly do, right? It's like it has to be like this, but they at least have this objective, like A, B, C, D checklist that you go through,
Mhm.
and it's cool to like relearn that and think about it when you're like reviewing movement and application and things like that. No, no, this isn't not just Tiller, and it's more I don't care, but looking at movements for standard is totally different than assessing movement in efficacy or effectiveness or pure quality from a general training standpoint, right? Like standard is one thing, and that's pretty black and white, but most movement is extremely gray. And so, it's more of the people that are in here like, oh, this person's going to kill their knees till they're blah, blah, blah. And you shouldn't squat below parallel. And you shouldn't have a butt wink. And just like just these arbitrary things that don't make a lot of sense.
Right.
And so, again, while, you know, CrossFit is extremely black and white in their bit, they have a real definition behind their reasoning, and they
Mhm.
just teach it so well.
Mhm. Oh,
They just
yeah.
teach it so well. And so, yeah, and what helped me the most for it was the L1 online lectures inside of, like, good credentialing and courses.
Mhm.
That was, by far the best, and that, like, because what that did was that allowed me to get in their brain,
To
right?
remember.
Well, to remember, but like hear, like actually listen to how they're assessing the person in front of them because there's a lot of cueing and correcting. There's two people on screen, and you see Chuck and you see James, and so I really liked uh, I really liked that, and it was good to get in their minds a little bit there, you know,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
I don't look at I'm not that for majority of my athletes they're lower level in GPP, and so like if I were to just like stop gate them because they have a fault, they'd never train, right? They're in their 50s or 60s, and I'm not saying we shouldn't um like have virtuosity, right? And
Mhm.
like strive for that, but um it's when you don't do that all the time, right? Because I just want people to just do fitness in general, and I think just doing anything is substantially more important than like whittling it down and trying to do it perfect. Um, so yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because then I think about in the little bit of time I receive more and more feedback from you on constructive criticism on movement, but it's yet again, I think so it's like it's funny because you don't necessarily you're not I think you are always assessing for faults, whether it's just like
Always.
efficiency or
Y-
whatever, as much as you're
Right.
like, well, I don't think about it that way, but you are always assessing for faults, but then you're allowing some faults to take place
Right.
because you don't deem them to be dangerous to the individual or whatever
Right.
whatever it is. And so, but I think you are looking through that lens based on my experience,
Oh
like
yeah. Well, but
all
you're
the time, which is
right all the
cool.
time, all the
Yeah.
time. But there's a point of like creating efficiency for racing and creating
Mhm.
like perfect movement for life function. I don't
Mhm.
think those are like those are as far on the spectrum as like sickness and fitness, in my opinion. Like they are so far apart of like teaching you or giving you feedback on your burpees and how I feel about them versus my 70-year-old that just wants to move and like they're a Parkinson's shuffle runner, right? I'm not going to change that. Like I just don't care, right? Like it
Mhm.
just doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Um uh and so I think that's where I think that's where the difference is, right? And now for racing concepts and efficiency, right? It's extremely important. It's literally the only thing that matters, right? And so versus, when it's someone's just like trying to die a little further away from where they are currently and live a little longer, it's less important.
Sure. Well, I think that's one of the beautiful things about this class structure of CrossFit. Just that, like, you do get, because in the comment, there's the perfection comes with practice, and that it's not a beauty pageant. All of those thoughts about having perfect movement, but those are what I think of as like there are opportunities to focus on and work on, think about where you are in space, and then there are times to get after it with the clock,
Right.
And not that you don't try to think about it at all there, but it does change the
For sure.
priority level, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Okay. There's one thing I sent you, and then also, I don't know if you want to go here. I definitely have not looked at this at all, but it seems right up your alley. So I don't know if you want to go look at that. And then I did send you one video.
All right. You're going to hear a barking dog here in a second.
I'm late and it's not Tuesday. Yeah, you're throwing everybody off with this Monday show. Sorry, Amanda, we switched it up on you this week. Which one are you pulling up? The leaderboard or the
I'm going to do the video, and then we can
the video I sent you?
The queue. Yeah. The queue. All right, good. Cool.
Someone was like talking about
might speed it up.
How CrossFit and CrossFit Games should be two separate things.
Hold on.
We've had this debate for really.
James looks like he's for sure selling someone insurance. What? Like he's 100%. It looks like he just knocked on your door. And no, I was gonna say Solar, but Solar is always like young bros, like it's always like 20-year-old bros. He's for sure an insurance salesman. He's like working his way up through State Farm at this point, and he's on the slow path to like owning his own branch.
I mean, maybe he was just really trying to try a new look, He's been seen in the red shirt a million times, and he just wants to try a new look.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It's kind of like Sprague said he's always in tight clothes, so that's why he did the whole loose clothes. I think it was in like his video from WFP.
Yeah.
I'm trying a new look.
Really long time.
This girl was on the. I listen a lot to her. I think for the lectures. This girl right here.
Oh, Denise.
Yeah.
I've
go to
a million times.
1 hour. 2 minutes, this is 10 seconds.
Oh, sorry.
Way.
That's the you sent me this. That's the link you sent me. 1 hour.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then I sent you the timestamp right afterwards in a separate text.
Realized was how important it is throughout life to have not just intrinsic goals that are like, or extrinsic goals, but to have a little bit of both. For me, when I quit competing, I don't know if you remember this. This was one of my least favorite memories of competing, but this would have been the end of 2016, going into 2017, I moved back up to Boston and decided I was just going to quit competing cold turkey. I was convinced myself that was the right thing to do. And I think I just went up and sat in that little rec room up at Reebok for like the course of 3 months. I didn't work out. I quit multiple workouts, and I had this mindset of like, if you're not competing to win the CrossFit Games, what's the point? And this would go on and come back over probably the last, I don't know, from that point, 2016 to 2022, so over the next 6 years of my life, I would like bounce in and out of this mentality of like, what's the point with CrossFit? I had a really tenuous relationship with training CrossFit, because I was like, if I'm not trained to win the games, what is the point? And I think what I learned from this was, one, the what's the point mentality is so dangerous. And two, what I learned is it's really good to have multiple motivators or reasons for doing a thing. Because it took me a really long time to walk back to the concept of, well, why the hell did I start doing CrossFit? And I started doing CrossFit because it simply made me feel good. And I enjoyed the other people around me who did that with me. And it wasn't until like I put myself back in that exact scenario that it like started to feel good and started to feel consistent again. It started to feel meaningful again to me. So I think that was one of the biggest lessons I learned, which was this concept of like, probably this concept of like, there are many points and you make those points. And the other one was, it's okay to have like, you don't always need these like really lofty forms of intrinsic motivation. It could be multiple levels and types of motivation that were really important. It took me a long time to learn that lesson. And it took me a long time to like, just love doing the CrossFits for the sake of just doing the CrossFits. It took me a long time to get back to that, because I was
the CrossFits.
I know.
The CrossFits.
I literally listened to it twice. Dude? I was like, huh?
The CrossFits.
Yeah.
The CrossFits.
Yeah.
Is that it? Do you want to listen
I
to
think
further?
that's about it. It might go a
Sure.
little longer, but that's about it.
Okay.
That
Tell
kind
me.
of sums it up. I just I don't know this section, and he did talk a little bit before the timestamp that I sent you, and a little bit continuing on about, I guess, his life cycle with it, and it just felt very relatable to the life cycle that is like what?
Nothing. The Murph. It's like
Oh,
the CrossFits is for sure like the
oh,
what the non-CrossFitter
yeah,
says,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
the
The
lay
Murph,
population saying they do the Murph.
the Murph challenge. Yep. So anyway, just the life cycle of a CrossFitter, and it felt relatable to the life cycle of the ecosystem as a whole, as far as like we're pursuing this thing anyway. And then over the past few years, like, why am I even doing this? He's sitting up in the office, like, I'm not even working out anymore. I'm still coaching, but I'm not even like, what am I even doing any of this for? And then coming, like, it's cool to hear from him that he came, back around to, I've got a lot of reasons why I do this thing. And I think it's a very relatable experience.
Yep. I obviously I agree as much as anyone. My
Yeah,
my
with your experience.
relationship with fitness and
Yeah.
um has gone for 35. It's been a pretty wild fucking roller coaster. 20 years of pretty consistent training with very little gaps throughout it, and the goals have changed so much over the years, and now
Hmm.
they've changed the most they've ever changed, right? And so um yeah, I mean, it's it's super relatable for sure.
Hmm.
Um I don't think I've ever been no, I lied. I definitely have like been the least motivated I've been to train like in the past year. Um Duke, come on. He just ran by and he's got like a huge stop eating that. This just pulled this out of his mouth. Like the whole thing was just in his mouth. Whole thing.
Does he have
I
an
don't
outdoor?
even
Is
know
he
where
going in
you
and out?
got that. I don't even know
Are
where
you
you got that.
outside?
Yeah, I'm outside. I'm in my
Oh, okay.
patio.
Okay.
Um
I mean, you could have had a shade on a window behind you.
okay.
It's possible.
Sure. Um this is and oh man, this comment from Avera. I like this guy's comments, but overwhelming majority people don't even care about or engage in competition. I think competition
But do they
has
do
a
the
lot
open?
of no, the majority for sure don't. I mean, they might do Friday Night Lights, and that's sort of where I'm going with this. I think competition has a lot of levels, right? It's not
Yeah.
just the game season, it's not just semifinals, it's not just the open. CrossFit is what it is because
You show up to a
of
class, you're competing.
exactly. You're fucking I want to beat Carlos so bad in everything that I do all the time.
Are
It
you guys
never
similar in
fails.
fitness?
Mm, certain things. He's always been better at running, toes to bar, and double unders. So if there's something we can compete at, like we'll
That's
for
fine.
sure push.
Yeah.
Um but like just because he's a shit talker, right? But I want to beat all of my other friends in general too. I hate losing. Like if I go do class, like I want to be on top of the leaderboard,
Mhm,
right? And
mhm,
so I think that statement, engage in competition, I know what you're saying,
mhm,
but there's a lot of nuance behind it and there's
mhm.
levels to that. And I think the whiteboard is why CrossFit is what it is, right? Not the methodology. I know the methodology is good and don't get me wrong, I love it and all the things, but like creating competition for the lay person, even within a class or like competition within yourself of like, oh, I can do 5 pull-ups, but I want to do 10 chest to bars and I want to do 10 bar muscle ups, right? Like this is this is the it's the it's what is different, right? Like when you go into a traditional gym, there is some competition. You just want to look better, but it's like
Uh-huh.
it's very hard to measure, right?
Mhm.
Or when you go to Orange Theory or like Burn or something like that, like it's just completing. There isn't a race. There isn't really like you can move a little better, or you can learn like like Burn does some more they have that like bouncy floor or
Scoreboard
whatever
stuff?
it
I
is.
don't know. I don't know.
And there's a little bit to learn, but like it's not like CrossFit, right? Yeah, gamification, right? Oh
Mhm,
God, it's like the best marketing tool ever, right?
mhm,
Or like adherence tool. And so I don't think that's true, Avera. I don't think that I think everyone engages. Um, everyone engages, and it is uh in that competition in some capacity, and that's where the beauty of CrossFit is. I think, like, even more so than just the pureness of the methodology and how impactful on life it is. I think this is what set us apart, right? Um,
I definitely think there are a few things that set us apart, and this is very high on that roster. Yeah. I think that the seminars are also, there's so much value in that, which was then also interesting in like the conversation that the Glintons had with Dents yesterday. Did you see that? They talked to Facundo.
I did. Well, I saw a clip, and
Mhm.
Jenny, I feel like Jenny couldn't ask the question. I feel like she tried for like 4 minutes, and then it finally came. Well, only clip I saw was her trying to ask the
Yeah, yeah,
question, which
yeah.
was
Yeah.
like a minute, and I was like, just ask him. Are you
Yeah.
still at Mayhem? And do you like Malik? Like, it could have been 10 words, and it was like
Yeah.
150.
But I can relate to that so much. The use of like narrowing down what I'm attempting to convey is something I'm like, sweetie, you got to use less words. I
I
relate
know.
heavily to that. Anyway, she did ask multiple, like of course, per usual, that was a clip, right? And she asked a number of different things. But through that conversation of who's taking over and whatever,
Mhm.
right? And it was just I can't. So as far as the things that differentiate us, I come back to like, yes, sure, the gamification of it and the fact that you in a class setting you are competing all the time, even if it's just against your, like for example, the head to head. I'm more annoyed that I barely beat my previous score than I am that I only beat her by one, or whatever, right? Like I'm more annoyed at the fact that I didn't give it more, so I could have had a bigger separation from
Sure.
my previous score, like competing against yourself. And I'm like, 5 years has passed here. You're going to need to like increase your fitness a little bit more.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, those are things that like, yet again, why I wouldn't have had like, that is a random ass workout. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it wouldn't, the CrossFit thing, like if I didn't have that to compare to, I would never know. Did you get better? Did you not? I don't know. So it is a very relevant piece of it. But then I think that some of the other stuff that stands out is, of course, like the education.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I
all of
I
that.
agree. I just like, I mean, I think there's just a lot of education in a lot of places, right? And obviously, I think ours is superior. I think it's better. It's more polished, and I think it's more complete. But
The
like,
way that it's delivered is
yeah, yeah, I agree.
far superior. Yeah.
For sure. But it is just a bunch of other pieces of information compiled into like this thing, right? Like Greg even talks about that, and uh and uh and
Thank you,
so
sweetie.
takes in the best of other information, right? And put it where he felt, right? Like he is not a researcher, right? And so it's a bunch of other things. So it's all out there, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting at. The one thing that isn't, that is purely unique to CrossFit, is this like need to compete with yourself. Sorry, Duke's being weird. He also opened the door. I don't know how he opened my door. I gotta shut that. And I think that's the one true unique aspect of CrossFit that you don't have in other things.
Mhm.
And like that, I think that's the reason why it grew so as much as it has, is this like notion of either competing with yourself or the other person in class, or local competitions, or the open, or bigger competitions, or the games, etc.
Mhm. Jeff said he listened to
Oh,
the
nice.
GLP-1 discussion coming to Louisiana. I'm curious what you thought about it. Because did you listen to that as well, or were you talked out on that topic after we spoke about it?
What do you mean? Did I go back and listen to the podcast?
Theirs, the one that was on the CrossFit channel.
Oh, no. I have if you saw my schedule, you're like, what?
Mm,
Yeah, no.
yeah, you're not. Yeah.
I have meetings from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. 5 days a week right now, and multiple meetings on the weekend now too, doing all of our onboarding.
And you're doing your office hours thing too. You took that over.
Uh-huh. Yep. It's all right. What is sleep? It's okay. Got it. You gotta.
A really relevant recovery
Yeah, I
tool.
know.
You should try it.
I do try it. I just don't try it as much
Oh.
as I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about ours, and I was very confused.
Oh.
Um,
No, I think he was I think he was talking about theirs. And I think that
yeah.
Jocelyn, I believe is how you anyway, Jocelyn on there. The way that she articulates her thoughts, I'm like,
All right. Well, tell me about it.
that is goals. Oh, I mean, I think it was just building upon. They do a more they do a different job talking about the same topic. You know, they pulled up the ad specifically from Row and unpacked it. And I think one of the things that was said there in the ad, Serena, I'm paraphrasing, said something to the effect of that she had tried everything. And to me, my immediate thought is to the general public, hearing you say that you're an athlete and that you have tried everything, I would like more clarity on what that is. And so from a dietary perspective, you tried everything. I just want to know what that was, because like people don't have a damn clue, right?
Right.
And so all they hear is that you tried to fix your eating and training and whatever and just couldn't get it done. And I just want to know, that's so broad. That's so,
Sure.
what is that? What did you do? What wasn't effective? I want more details, just because people are just going to hear that and be like, well, if she can't do it, then I sure as shit can't do it, you know?
Right.
And so
Yeah.
it felt very misleading or not the full story.
Sure. Yep.
And how do you fit that into an ad? I understand, like they've got to, you know, package it and get it out there. But either way, it was still just like, no, I want to know what you did.
Right. I compare it to pretty much everyone that ever reaches out to me for rehab. And they say they've tried everything. And I'm like, oh, have you tried graded exposure and like doing the shit that hurts? And they're like, oh, no, I've just tried massage and Theragun and chiropractic care and foam rolling and
the things that other people have told them
dead bugs and bird dogs. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And you want to deadlift 500 pounds again? Like, yeah, you're on your way, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I feel like you would enjoy Jimmy's podcast that he did last week with Jordan Syatt, by the way, on that topic.
Yeah, the one that you clipped, or that was clipped on his.
Yeah, I mean, I only clipped the part that was, about me.
The only important part.
No, but he talked about, anyway, I think that you, even though, I should bring this up now, because we like kind of got into it after that show, that one day whenever you said that you just assumed that we thought a certain way. And I was like, excuse me, we do not, as far as graded exposure goes, is what the term that you're using anyway, right. And how much we actually had similar thoughts on that.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Anyway, yeah. He spoke well on it.
Good. I assume so. He seems pretty well spoken.
Yeah.
All right. Vera. All right. No pharmaceutical talk today. Let's talk about the Q. Let's see if I can bring it up. You need to learn how to bring things up.
I do. It just will take me longer. Like, and you know what? I mean, maybe I just get reps. Maybe I just figure it out. The thing is, you usually have multiple screens, so your ability to do things faster is better than my setup at this time. Hey, is Bruce still in the chat?
Bruce Wayne?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Probably.
Bruce, you still here?
Here we go. Let's see the Q.
Hey, Bruce. I was watching a show the other day, and you in the chat said, "Not gonna lie, I was low key rooting for Kate."
Oh man!
And then I don't think CrossFat's here because we haven't seen his name yet. But
he must be sleeping.
He said, "Same, Bruce." So just know that I know where we stand.
That's right. Keep receipts, baby. All right. Where's the leaderboard for the Q?
Wait, what is it? Gus saying didn't realize Claire was cool with mediocrity. What are you referring to? Do you have any idea?
Oh, that you don't know how to do I assumed that you don't know how to
pull things up.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. I do know how. It just takes me longer than you usually.
Pretty aggressive.
Also, then Sean says I rooted for Kate the entire time. I think you just out loud did. I think you just did.
I was yelling the entire time.
That was funny.
I was fucking hot when you
Yeah, sorry
not
to let you
moving on
down.
your burpees.
I'm definitely not gonna do another one without wearing AirPods so I can hear,
Oh
because I
yeah,
had
for
no
sure.
idea, and I thought that we were
I don't know how to find. Someone
around
fucking tell
separated.
me how to find on the road qualifier page.
Okay,
under
maybe
the
I should do this.
All right.
Even
We're
though
just gonna go.
usually,
Oh,
is
I
it
can't
not
find it. I don't
is it
know.
not in competition corner?
No,
They'd
They-
use their own thing?
yeah. All right. Someone tell me, how do I find it from this page here? The queue. Prize purse, competitors, leaderboard. And then just goes to 2024 leaderboard. Pick your.
Mark says challenges leaderboard. Which, are you already there?
I think so. Maybe not. Rogue Fitness. Can we even get there from here? Challenges. Rogue Invitation. Oh, there it is. Rogue challenges. There we go. All right.
You found it?
That was annoying. Yeah, I found it. All right.
It's like me trying to find the master stream.
I know. Oh, no, this isn't it. Challenge. Oh, the cute qualifier. Here we go. All right. Voila. All right.
And did you have that starred? Let's see here. No. Yep.
Cool. Okay. So no one finished Q1. All right. Now we have to find the workouts. Jesus Christ. All right. Rogue the Q workouts. Okay. Here we go. All right. Workout one.
My mom used a computer.
Jesus. All right. We got it. All right. Workout one. 5 rounds, 20 cal row, 20 overhead squats, 20 toes to bar, 20. Dude, this is just like a beat down. 20 minutes. 4 minutes a round is bonkers. So how many reps is that? Roughly 400. How far do they get? Almost a full round short. Those box step overs take forever.
Did you say it's 5 rounds?
5 rounds. So
yes,
almost
exactly 400 reps.
Right. So almost a full round short. Or yeah, they finished the row ish. Who won? Alexander Shumsky. And then he didn't do a workout. Well, that was dumb. He would have qualified. 365 reps. How far is that? That is somewhere in the toast bar. Oh, just to the toast bar.
It was just 35 reps back from finishing.
Yeah. That's, super fit. So no one finished. I mean, I don't know if it's an over-programmed workout. I enjoy like long chipper style workouts. Like taking CrossFit patterns and turning them, and turning them into like a long training time, right? Like 20-minute AMRAP or something like that, with things like overhead squat and toes to bar, etc. It's really hard. I mean, like I think it's the hardest style of like workouts that come out in online qualifiers. I actually don't even think
which ones are the hardest ones?
This style, like this style of workout, like
okay. That time domain.
There's a lot of time. There's a lot of time under tension. That time domain. There's not a monostructural pattern. I mean, there's 20 cal row, but the 20 cal row is just as short as the 20 toes to bar at that point, because the toes to bar are paired between the overhead squats. Your hands are basically numb. Your shoulders are numb going into it because the overhead squats take forever. But honestly, the most fatiguing part of this workout is the box step overs. They take so long. 20 moving super fast takes like almost 2 minutes alone, right? And
holding the dumbbells at your sides versus being able to rest your grip anywhere.
yeah, also grip, like a grip component, but it's just like a step over is hard at 24 inches for guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a really tough movement. I
And
wonder
that's
what the
coming from a taller athlete.
right. And I was gonna say, I bet a girl finished, and I bet the girls were better, and it's for sure because of the box step overs, right? It wasn't because of the 2 less calories on the row, which is a weird calorie adjustment. It's
You're
for
gonna
sure
go
this.
look at the female scores?
Yeah, I had them up. Sorry.
Oh, you did? Did someone finish?
Yeah, someone finished.
Oh, wow.
Jackie Zagrains, which I've never even heard of this person. I assume this athlete is a larger athlete, I would guess.
Wait, so she's the only person who finished?
Only person, and only finished by 9 seconds. And then Elisa Foliano, I mean, your top scores, you have multiple scores better. Your average top 10 scores are substantially better than the guys by like 20 reps. And that's for sure because of the box step overs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bet the 105 overhead squat plays a little bit of a role, but not as much as those box step overs. Makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's hard, right? You got to swing the dumbbell, but like the box step over or up,
It's literally in the way.
Right. Yeah. It's tough, right? Most of those guys are only like 2 inches taller or 3 inches taller than,
most of the women.
than the women,
Mhm.
like just in general. And so, I mean, that's a huge, it is tall for Vicky. Vicky is exceptionally vertically challenged. That's okay. All right. Workout 2.
Yeah, I'm like, let's see what else we have.
2 rounds, 30 deadlifts, 15 wall walk complex. Is the wall walk complex a 1+1? I would assume so.
Workout.
Yep. So 1 wall walk plus 1 handstand push up. Right. Yep. Maybe. Yeah. 1.
Sean says I'm 5'11" and step overs at 24 are hell.
Yeah, they're so tough. They're so hard.
It's being a female. It's something I don't think I've ever had that in a workout. And it's hard enough at 20. So yeah.
Step overs? What do you mean?
Not at 24 inches.
Oh, no, for sure. Well, I mean, it's always 24 for guys, and then CrossFit did it 20 inches in the quarterfinals 2 years ago. Which
for both?
was, for both.
Uh-huh.
And because the weight is already adjusted, right? Theoretically. And so that's always like a common argument or like question is like, do you adjust the weight and the height or just the weight, right? Like for the wall ball and for step, like box jump stuff, right? I think for jumps, it makes sense with unweighted, but if you like weighted step ups, should the weight and the height be adjusted, right? It's a common question. I don't have a great answer.
Do you know, so for Rogue Invitational, that is programmed by Josh Bridges. Do you know who's programming these workouts?
Well, it's Josh and Chris. I think they do a qualifier too, I would guess.
Yeah.
I know it's Josh, Chris, and Katie program it, like those 3 together and pretty much in a silo, like just those 3.
Cool.
Okay, so 2 rounds for time, 12-minute time cap. It's a lot of deadlifts, a lot of wall walk complex. This is like a Colton teed up workout. I think he did it. But let's see what the times are. Workout 2. 7:13. Dang, Paige Powers just getting that mom life coming in strong.
I adore her. So it's so fun to see her crushing.
Not
surprised.
I met her. She did beach brawl a few years ago and won.
She was there last year. Not competing.
Yeah, she didn't compete.
No.
Was she there? Was it last year or 2 years ago? No, I guess you wouldn't have been there 2 years ago.
It was last year.
And
I want to say that her partner was competing, I believe.
Right. Okay.
Competing.
Yeah, he was competing. Okay. And so Josh and Chris do the cute there. Thanks, Jeff. And she crushed it. And I remember we were competing that year. And I met her. She's nice.
So nice. Yeah.
That was the same year she won Wadapalooza. I was like, uh-oh, it's going to be her year. And then didn't quite make it in the games.
Speaking of statements like that, Sean just said fixing to win the games.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Bam, gotcha. All right, so women 7:13. I feel like the guys for sure probably did this one faster. Let's find out. Are we on the right page? Okay. Oh. Yep, 6:30. Saxon. Holy smokes. Is that the right order? Dude, a minute 20 faster is crazy. That's insane. I mean, we're talking like, what is that? 20% faster? No, more than that. A minute 20 over 8. No, I guess it's like 12, 15% faster. That's wild.
Oh, the time difference between he and the next competitor
is nuts.
I was like, where are you getting 120? Got it.
That's super crazy. I mean, that's a huge difference. And then look at this block of times right through here.
Yeah, wow.
Right. I mean, that's what shows Saxon is. And then he got like 5th or 6th on this workout here. That's really impressive.
CrossFit also did just post a video with him on their YouTube channel as well. I go look and see what the title is of it. But anyway, it's I think the first piece that they have, put out with him since, recent history stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. Apparently he's been working on his fitness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was just half a step away from making it at Syndicate and at NorCal. I mean, he was tired by the time he got to NorCal. He almost made it online. It was only like 2 spots out. It was only 1 spot out at Syndicate. Won 3 straight workouts in a row. Workouts 4, 5, and 6, I think, or whatever, 5, 6, 7, however many. The last 3 of the weekend, and then just couldn't make up the difference. All right, workout 3. Power clean, shoulder to overhead, ring muscle up. Oh, that's so spicy. That is no, I guess I was gonna say it's similar to an old Masters qualifier workout, but it's not. That's a good workout. That's such a fun one. That's such a cool workout. All right, let's talk about some balance. So 12-minute AMRAP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. 1 power clean, 1 shoulder to overhead, 1 ring muscle up, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. I mean, that's a tough one. A lot of overhead pressing, maybe not as much pulling. So, no, Nate's in the qualifier, Judy, but I think he might have qualified. Let's see where the final points were. No, he didn't make it. He got 12th. And they were stacked at the top though. Uldis Upenix did really well. P-score would have shot Saxon up to first by a lot, but Nate didn't get the invite. Because you only get invited by to Rogue via their points. There's no like subjective invites. Like it's just all in their system based on where you finish in the season. And they invite the top 20 or 15, and then there's 20.
Yeah.
Is it top 25 and then is it top 25 and then 5 get invited, or is it top 15? I think it's top 15 and 5 get invited. I think it's 20 total. I think. So no, he didn't. But yeah, I mean, if we're looking at this, so we have pulling off the ground, power cleans, deadlifts, and then we have overhead squats. So a decent amount of barbell work. I think it's balance, pulling off the floor, definitely a strength test, strength endurance. Whoever's going to do well it's enough deadlifts that it's going to separate, even though it's not crazy heavy. The wall walk is a pressing complex. I think I would have liked this to be like a, I don't know, like a bar muscle up. I don't think that would have made a difference. Ring muscle up's definitely better. Just a lot of pressing patterns, overhead stability with the overhead squat, wall walk complex, and shoulder to overhead / ring muscle up. So definitely a presser, a vertical push biased athlete is going to have an advantage in this qualifier, but I mean overall I think it's pretty good. I like the time.
Are there only 3?
Yeah, there's only 3. That's it.
Okay.
I like the time domains. I think when there's only this many, you can't have something too short, even though people can do this one and make it short. I like AMRAPs. I think the AMRAP is fine in these workouts. So basically, there was 2 AMRAPs since only one person finished this. Hold on. Whoops. Go away. My flux, my screen color came back on. It takes all the blue out of the light. I can't see it when I'm outside.
Did Ashley convince you? Was that an Ashley influence?
No, I've had flux on there. No, man, I'm like 8+ hours a day. I've always had flux.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good one. I mean, maybe a little light on pulling gymnastics. Like, I don't know, this workout's hard to put anything else there. It would have taken so much longer. I don't know. I mean, I get still pulling here. I think the press fatigue is what gets people more in this one, though. But overall, it's good. It's definitely good enough to create the qualifier. Let's see who qualified overall.
Yes. Tough.
Top 5: Saxon, Oldest, Fabian, Enrico, and Tom. A lot of people out. Travis Mayer, he always does it. Nate, Tudor, Spencer, Bailey. Dang, Bailey got waxed. Yeah, it's a tough one. Let's see. Female. Elisa Page, Matilda Garns, Aline, and Jamie Simmons. Jamie Simmons making her little comeback. I always like seeing Jamie. I always felt like she was such a good mover and fun to watch. Kyra Milligan, Sydney Wells, Sarah Alicia Fernandez Costas.
Crushed it.
Spanish names are so fun to say because it's long. It's like, how long is your name? 37 syllables.
Oh yeah. I'm just thinking about this is about to 5 weeks straight of so many names is about to occur, and it's gonna be freaking awesome.
That's
and
right.
It's just gonna survive that bit of it.
I think it's based on how many people accept. I think it's 5. I don't know. You could be right, Misha. Misha says I don't think they say how many people from the queue. Lily is Melissa's athlete. Well, Melissa works with Lily. Melissa's one of our coaches. Lily is out of West Chase in Tampa.
Oh, she works with one of your coaches? That's what you said?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Who does she work with?
Melissa. She's one of our PTs.
Yeah.
Stannon. Cool. Yeah. Caroline Lambre. Isn't that what's his face's wife? Isn't that Jeff's wife?
Zoom in here so I can actually see this. Yes. Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay. She fit. Not that we expected her to not be, but
yeah.
Wow. I mean, even to be competing in this.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Interesting. Yeah, that is cool. Cool. All right. Yeah, this is good. I like it. I mean, I like short qualifiers. I like qualifiers that don't ruin your month of training. Yeah, I don't think it's much more than 5. It's always a really small number. I don't know what that number is. You're right. I have no idea. I always thought it was 5. If you say it's not, you guys know more than me about that stuff. I don't know. That's me guessing. Okay, what's next? Where are you going this week?
Me?
Where do you go?
The first competition this weekend, I'll be at Summit Games in Salt Lake.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Is there an elite division?
Yeah. Yes, there is. This is my first year doing that one. And so, I think over half of the 5-week run here is repeat stuff for me. But this will be my first time at Summit. So yes.
Cool. Nice.
But I need to look at that. I just got sent some stuff a few days ago for it.
Cool. So what does a prep look like to go to a competition?
To be an MC?
Yeah, no, to fucking be an athlete, Claire. That's exactly what I'm asking about right now. Yes. No, I
All
want to
right.
know how you prepare athletes to coach them at the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I
All
have a
right.
lot of experience in that realm, more than you for sure. Uh, I don't. This, by the way, Avera says, Claire, I'll answer your question. Are you doing Fittest on the Coast online qualifier? No. Although I do, one of my goals this year was to do 3 different competitions, and I've only done 2. So I need to figure out something to throw in there to get
You
that
should
third.
convince them to let you hop into beach brawl. Just like bam, bam, bam. In
Yeah,
between
okay.
heats. In
There's a
between heats.
0% chance of that. I mean, I definitely, one of the things since the head-to-heads, I was like, it would be really cool to do one on the competition floor somewhere, but logistically, that's just not realistic. As
Right.
far as preparation goes, I mean, you just make sure that you have a good, like, the thing is, you usually don't get heat sheets till same day. And anyway, so like, you've got to be really flexy with everything. But I like to review all the workouts and make sure that I understand the flows, and um, do a little bit of athlete research. I think the longer that I'm in the role, yet again, this is something that's still less than 2 years old in its existence for me in this role. And so I'm getting to like repeat back at these places and get to know the athletes more and so on. And so that helps tremendously. So like at Summit Games, there are multiple of the MCs that are local. And so they will have a good idea of the actual local competitors. So we will speak beforehand so I can try to have like a decent understanding of some of that stuff. So I do try to glean as much information as I can. But I mean, yeah, most of the preparation is just making sure that you understand what's supposed to happen where, when, so that you can convey that message. I don't know. And yet again, like, this is just my experience. There's not a handbook that I'm aware of to it. And I'm sure that other people would probably have other preparation things, but yeah, I just like to get there, get my eyes on the floor, get an understanding of, flows. It's the main thing. Yeah. Not anything too crazy.
What's your favorite so far?
Competition?
That you've done?
Oh, true. Like, when you say that, there isn't anything that comes to mind. So, what is my favorite? They are all so different. And so there are some that will stand out because they are so well run that, like, that you are going to be existing in a very well-oiled machine, and there's a level of comfort with that, right?
Yeah.
But then there are some that stand out for the opposite reason, and you love those for, I will say indoor versus outdoor. That's something I've now become more aware of. Like, I know that the energy expense from me is going to shift dramatically based on if I'm indoors or outdoors.
Which one is more?
More what?
Which one is more energy? More challenging.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely when you're outside for long durations of time, that's definitely
Oh, you just mean like your physical, like, effort in general.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
okay, got it. I thought you
Yes,
meant
but I mean,
like the style of the crowd or whatever.
no. But I mean, it is very, like, you're typically going to be out there for, 14 plus hours a day. Right. And so it's just different because then you're in the elements versus you're not. So something as simple as that, that's just like like, gear up. This is more challenging. Right. But not a bad thing, because then, as much as you're like, there's so much, like you talk about all the time, like the beauty in the outdoors, like, I'm not upset about that at all. I think it's freaking awesome. Like, some of the iconic stuff, some is definitely outdoor. But yeah, it's just like, okay, you better be prepared.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
That's cool. It's such an interesting thing. I don't know if I could do it. You're really good at it.
MC?
Yeah.
Why do you say you don't know if you could do it?
I don't know. I'm trying to process. Actually, I think I would probably thrive there better than I would thrive, like, in other aspects of running a competition.
My favorite thing
being
about
head judge.
My favorite thing about a competition with you is, like, at some point when you lose it, it's so funny to watch. Like, the amount of action that comes from you, it's just like, oh, okay, there he goes.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fine, and it will be fine. But your scramble when it occurs is like, oh, CJ is scrambling. Yeah.
Well, that was the first time. So you mean at Code Iron Games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was the first time I'd ever been in any official competition role except writing programming either, right? And we and so it was we came into that last day and um we lost a key member that was like basically the person that was doing all of the equipment adjustments, and it was like, all right, who's going to do it? And I was like, well, there's no one here that can do it. And I was like, well, I guess we have to figure it out. And I don't even know where anything goes and all of the things. And so, yeah, that last day was rough. I was also pretty sure I was like starting to get some like form of altitude sickness, even though we were only at Denver, but like
Oh
because of
no.
how much, being inside of the, like, I needed earplugs. That was just like, I was like, I don't get overstimulated really ever. Like it's never a thing. Like I'm a pretty big extrovert and uh, all of those things. Like nothing ever bothers me. But I was like, oh wow. I was like, I'm overheating right now, like a
Yeah.
like a car that's been driving across country. Um, uh, Jeffrey, you couldn't do it. Don't even try. What? Oh man, now I feel like I gotta try. I feel like I gotta
You
try.
could.
I think there's like some, you know, we were talking about Ty doing it
Age group
um
games.
at the age group games, and I think
Mhm.
there's ability to bring nuanced or like the color right
Yes.
in there, and like even on the MC floor, like when you're talking it out there, like you kind of have to fill both roles, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh, here's the race, like here's the specifics, and then it's like here's the nuance of what's actually happening. Oh, are they
Mhm.
going to go unbroken? Oh, they blah blah, like those things, like understand having like a deep CrossFit knowledge, I think would benefit me as someone trying to MC, right?
Mhm.
Like knowing, having a good idea of what's going through the athlete's mind at that point. Like,
Mhm.
you know, oh, they're getting off the wall, they have this 10-second lead, but the other, like there's just like, I think all of those things, I think I could be able to relay that okay. I think
Mhm.
I would struggle with the in between stuff, filling the dead space. Um, and not repeating, like Jeff asked, like how do you not repeat yourself? Like I feel like I would repeat myself a ton.
What specifically would you repeat yourself about though?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, or I would probably get annoyed. I think, correction, because it's okay to repeat yourself. Like you really need to every heat. Like that's kind of the point of the
Yeah.
thing. Like you kind of have to reset each time. I would.
Mhm.
I feel like I would just get like numb to trying to restart the race every single time, and
Mhm.
I feel like you start missing things, right?
Yeah.
That like that seem that are important to the task at hand, but because you've gone over 47 heats, right, it becomes like less valuable to you as the
Mhm.
person announcing, when it's not. It's probably as valuable as the first heat, right? Like, and I
Correct.
think I would struggle with that.
Yep.
Um
Yeah,
uh
I mean, it's such a nuanced thing because, like you said, being able to like you bring up a great point. To what are you laughing at? I thought.
I'm laughing at CrossFit. I thought you just had to be
Oh,
6'2" blonde with big voice.
we only have. We don't even. Is that? Do we have a
I
lot of that?
I think it's just Kiki. He's just saying
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
Kiki is, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Um. Yeah, keeping energy across heats is key. That's definitely. I mean, you said like you would be good with the color, but then you would and so there is that you are playing both roles. You are doing the
right.
color commentary, but you are also so like if you think of Sean and Chase and how they talked on the
Mhm.
episode that we did with them, how they kind of have these assigned roles, and so Sean is giving the here's what's happening and then Chase is giving the color, right? And so you do play both, but then also what if you're out on the floor with someone else? Then now you both have to be able to bounce that ball back and forth,
Right.
and that's really fun. It's the thing is it's really fun to get to do, and I think that that's like for me pursuing being an MC was not on my radar whatsoever, right? So it all started from like locally being asked and then it grew from there. And so then of course as it grew, I moved into the fitness industry for work, working and running events. And so
Mhm.
like events within this space is what I mean there's so much about this that I love, but I love that, right? And so it
Mhm.
was like if this is the role that I play in order to be a part of, sign me up. And so then from
Right.
there, now it has become okay, if this is the role that you're going to be in, try to do it well. And so
Oh
there's been
yeah.
a lot of learning with that. So you are doing those things, but also, yes, that consistent energy, like, to me, a goal is that, like, you have no idea. So for example, last year, and this is something that I don't think I've really spoken on like publicly at all, but last year, as we know, I was really chronically ill. And I need to just like pull photos and show like on my social media of like what my skin, and I would post here and there, but like what, for example, because that's a physical sign that you could see, like what my skin would look like during events, like because I got sick from mold and so all the hives, et cetera, they get exacerbated when my nervous system is doing a lot of work. And in these situations, I freaking love it. And my nervous system is doing a lot. I'm traveling, it's high energy. And so during these events last year, I would be out on the floor, and whether it was even into this summer, I remember I think I talked to you about it, you know, like simple things like I couldn't see well across the floor at different times. So my vision would go in and out with how great it was. And
Right.
so there were times where I could see the lanes and the names across the floor, and there were times where I couldn't throughout a course of a day. It would just like kind of come and go, right? And some of the symptoms of this mold illness, it's anyway, I don't want to get too in the weeds of all of that, but like there was the fact that you know, for a long time going from crouching to standing, I would get really lightheaded. And then there were, I know last fall, literally whenever I saw you last year, like I was so fearful I was going to pass out persistently throughout the entire day. So to be navigating that internally, but then like this gratitude for like, I cannot believe I get to be here and do this. This is literal dream type stuff for me. And so like the desire to do the job well was really, really high. And so I did my very best to, the goal for me was like, no one has a clue that that's internally being navigated, because yes, this is hard, but like, you're going to overcome this, and you still want to be able to do this role. Like I want, you know, you brought me here to do this thing. I want to do it well. Right. So anyway, it's cool, because I am slowly getting to like enjoy it more and experience less of those sensations, and just like be present instead of be fearful. Anyway, that was kind of a rabbit hole, but there is a lot to it, and it is super fun. And at the end of the day, I love these events. I love everything about like people coming together to freaking work hard from all the different divisions, whatever. And so to get to be out there and do that thing, I think that the start of that was that from start to finish, you don't know the MC's actual energy level, you know, like they're just able to, hopefully the goal for me is give as much excitement and attention to heat 1 as heat 45 and heat 110, because it's a lot.
So many.
So
yeah, that's so cool.
Anyway, yeah,
that's neat.
It's fun. It's super fun.
I talked to Carlos, and so we can pod on site in some capacity. I have no idea how we're going to do it. It's like, we're going to try and figure it out. At least get one on Friday morning in person.
Wait, what? Say that again?
For Beach Brawl.
Oh, us podcasting?
Yeah.
Oh,
Friday morning.
Have you been talking to Brian about it?
No, I just talked to Carlos. Carlos runs that. I know you talked to Brian. I messaged Brian. He was like, I'm going on my honeymoon. And then I asked Carlos, because we'll be like in his space. And I was like, I don't know how we'll do it or what we'll do, but figure it out. We'll get something.
Yeah. Well, that, and then at the Dakota Iron Games as well.
Right. Oh yeah. For sure. Definitely Iron Games. All right. I guess I got to go do the dad thing.
Okay. Congratulations again on your level 3. It's super freaking cool. Yeah, it's a big deal. Even if
Congrats on your month. Your month is going to be awesome. Next 2 months, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. I know. I told one of the event organizers that's a few weeks in that I was doing 5 in a row, and he was like, "Excuse me, what?" Yeah. I was like, "Well, you're not at the end, and it'll be like
right." Yeah. Like, what week am I? Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, and it will be so insanely fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, the Summit Games, this will be my first time there. So like this will be my first time experiencing that one. And then I guess, what is it? The following week, is that SoCal? Is that right? I need to just go look, since I think that's the right order.
Yes. No.
Give me a second. So we've got Summit Games this weekend, Wadapalooza SoCal the next weekend,
then
Beach Brawl the following weekend,
then Iron
Games.
I can see 2 weeks in a row.
No, there's a week in between. Oh no, you're right.
No,
2 weeks in a row.
There can't be a week in between.
Yeah. Cool. And then the final one of this little run is Mountain West Championship in Idaho, which is so fun. And Justin Medeiros' camp has programmed it this year.
Nice,
But
that's right.
that's one that it's like I can't, like, since I did get to work that last year, like now I was already excited. I had a great time last year. I can't wait to go back and see these same athletes compete again and the same people. So yeah.
Are you defending your crown? Are you back on the show this week?
I travel Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
I don't really know how I think we're having to take a hiatus realistically.
You'll come back through it.
Yeah.
Cool. We're going on Thursday morning, right? You know what we said?
This week? Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I travel that day, but I can.
Cool. All right. Sick. Sweet.
Yep. Idaho is Gus competing. Is Gus still in the comments? Is he competing?
No, probably not. He's Iowa, which is pretty far away from Idaho.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I don't I'm literally now just thinking about this. I'm like jazzed. Like now I'm like,
oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it will be cool. Be super
All right.
cool.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Hey, if you guys are still looking for a last-minute competition, Coda Iron Games, October 4th and 5th, or you're just coming to come hang out with Claire and me in Denver. Come on.
It's really fun.
Got a couple spots. We just surpassed our athletes from last year, actually. We have more athletes competing at this point.
Oh, really?
Yep, and we're going to start releasing workouts like today. So hopefully we'll clear it up. We've only got a few spots left. Gus, are you coming or not? Gus keeps asking me if he can stay.
Looks like he's saying no.
No, I feel like we can. If you come, we can find you a third in Denver for sure. Nelson really wants to compete. We'll find you a third. If you really want to make it happen, I'll put in some effort with Kevin to find you and Nelson a third. Definitely, like for sure. Because I like to see Nelson compete. He's fun to watch.
Because he cares a lot, huh?
God, he's just fucking that kid. He's so passionate. He's so passionate. I love that kid so much.
And this is Nelson, by the way, that you guys have seen on this show. So
everyone knows. Everyone knows who Nelson is. He's such a unique,
I love him.
Such a unique human.
Yes, he is.
Oh gosh, he's so interesting. Anyways, all right. Talk to you soon, guys. October 4th and 5th. Best MC, best programmer. You know what I mean? All right. We'll see you guys.